In this video, we are going to look at a summary of environmental management accounting. Let's look at what are the learning outcomes. So we will be starting with understanding what exactly is environmental management accounting. We would be differentiating between environment accounting and environmental management accounting. And we would also be trying and understand that how exactly environmental management accounting is used in business areas. And we would also look at that how we can identify the benefits and challenges of environmental management accounting. These two areas we are not discussing in this video. Environmental life cycle costing will come in a separate video, and along with understanding and applying the life cycle costing and taking the pricing decision is also not covered here. So apart from these two learning outcomes, all other learning outcomes are covered here. The British Petroleum or BP Deepwater Horizon oil spill is one of the biggest environmental disaster which happened in 2010. And because of this disaster, not only the company has to suffer in terms of the reputation or the fines, but also if you can look at the share prices of the company has particularly gone down around the period when the oil spill happened. That leads to our next question. Why care about environmental issues? I mean, why bother? We have, as a companies, we have to bother because our stakeholders want us to. Our stakeholders, whether it's an internal stakeholder or external stakeholders, they are very interested how companies are managing their environmental performance. And particularly the private sector is becoming very much aware on this aspect. Secondly, the environmental costs are becoming huge. I mean, you have already seen in case of BP what happened and how much fine it has been imposed, and what are the repercussions in terms of stock prices or in terms of the reputation damage of the company. So the costs are huge, and in some companies these costs are as high as 20% of the operating cost. So if your environmental costs are going to be around 20%, it is better for you to manage these costs. And third, the regulation is becoming very strong. The growth of regulation worldwide is enormous. And lastly, we as a society are becoming much more aware, and companies take pride when they say that we have a product which is environmentally friendly, and which is more sustainable. So once we know that environmental issues are important, before we move on to environmental management accounting, let's have a quick distinction between environmental accounting and environmental management accounting. When we say environmental accounting is a very, very broad word. So it includes all your internal and external purposes information, whether you have to do external reporting or you have to meet with the external provisions. Everything is incorporated in environmental accounting, whereas environmental management accounting is a subset of environmental accounting. Environmental management accounting particularly focus on the information which is required within an organization to make a decision. So environmental management accounting, they provide information to the management for internal decision making. Environmental management accounting is just a specialized part of management accounting, and the focus is, along with the internal decision making, the focus is on the cost and benefit related to the environment. So we are trying and managing the cost and benefits related to environment. And when we say cost and benefit, we are not particularly concentrating on only financial cost. We are including the non-financial cost as well. Environmental management accounting, it uses the standard accounting techniques. What it does is it has to identify, analyze, manage, and reduce the environmental cost, so that when we say mutual benefit, it should be mutually benefit to the company as well as to the environment. So in environmental management accounting, we are focused on the measurement part, identification measurement part, and then we are going to analyze and try and manage and reduce the environmental cost. And this environmental cost could be, your energy consumption, your waste management, could be the use of raw material, etc. Let's see how IFAC, which is International Federation of Accountants, they define environmental management accounting, because there is no single universally accepted definition which is available. So in the way they have defined, there are a couple of things which are very important. The environmental management accounting, it says, is a management of what? Of two important things. One is environmental and economic performance. So it says that environmental management accounting is basically a management of environmental and economic performance. How you're going to manage that? You're going to manage it through the development and implementation of appropriate environmental related accounting system and practices. And how exactly you can do that? This is also been mentioned, that it can be typically done through life cycle costing, which we will be doing. And then you have full cost accounting, benefit assessment, and strategic planning for environmental management. Another definition which has been which broadly defines environmental management accounting, it talks about identification, collection, and analysis. So what we're doing is we are identifying, collecting, and analyzing two types of information. What are these two types of information? One is the monetary information related to the cost or any other expenses which the company is earning, or any expenses which the company is incurring, or any savings which the company is doing based upon its environmental management. It also tracks the company's physical information, that how much energy has been consumed, what is the water consumption, what is the waste amount, what is the exact contamination company has done. So all this information is also identified, collected, and analyzed in environmental management accounting. Environmental management accounting can be applied in various ways, and one of the most prominent way we can use environmental management accounting information is for product pricing. So when we are pricing a product, so the companies don't have to decide just on the basis of manufacturing cost. So if there are any environmental related cost associated with a particular product, so that has to be associated, or that has to go in the pricing of that product. This will help the company understand what exactly is the cost, or what exactly is the cost of that product, and then they can decide the pricing accordingly. Another way the companies can use the environmental management accounting information is that when they are making their capital budgeting decisions or investment appraisal decisions. So if the company has two projects and one project has a lot of environmental upfront cost, or it has a lot of cost at the end of the project, so then by including those costs in the investment appraisal decision, or in the NPV analysis, net present value analysis, or in the internal rate of return analysis, the company can make better decisions related with the acceptance and rejection of a particular project. Along with that, the environmental management accounting really helps the company in terms of benchmarking, that if you have to benchmark your environmental performance with the best practice or with your competitor, you have already ready-made information available coming from environmental management accounting that can be used, and benchmarking can be done. And another one is that, although there are many areas, another one is that if the company is using balance scorecard, and in the balance scorecard the company has targets related with the environmental cost or environmental benefits, so to meet that targets, environmental management accounting can provide a lot of information that can be used. There are many other areas like valuation of annual environmental cost, or assessing different investment alternatives, or trying and finding out what exactly or how much you have achieved your environmental targets. Environment accounting can definitely help. Next is our environment related cost categories. Though there are different cost classifications related to environment are available, but we are taking simple four different categories of cost related to environment. First is environmental protection cost, which is more of a preventive in nature. So when we say environmental protection cost, we are talking about all the cost related with the activities to prevent the production of waste. So these are more preventive in nature. Let's look at a couple of the examples related with your production or protection cost. So if a company is incurring some cost for evaluating or selecting some supplies, so that is basically to prevent any kind of waste or any kind of environmental damage. So these comes under your environmental protection cost. Of course, is preventive in nature. Second category or second example would be when you are evaluating or you are selecting different, pollution control equipment. So even that would be a part of your environmental protection cost. Or if you are trying and purchasing new equipment, and that new equipment has a wonderful ability to prevent any kind of wastage, any kind of leakage, any kind of oil spills, so that will come under your environmental protection costs, which are basically preventive in nature. So once you have taken steps for prevention, let's look at the second category. In second category, we are not focused on prevention, we are focused on more detection. So our focus in environmental detection cost is we look at how we can detect any kind of environmental damage, waste or spill or anything like that. Examples. So if you are inspecting product, so it's an inspection. So when you're inspecting, let's say that you are manufacturing 1,000 products and you are trying and see that the products match with the environmental standards. So when you are trying and inspecting those products, the cost incurred for those inspecting basically comes under environmental detection cost. Third is our environmental internal failure. So first one we have tried and protection. Environmental internal failure cost. These are the costs which are associated with the activities which you have to perform to contain or to limit the pollution or waste which has not been discharged into the environment. So if it is still in your vicinity, that the damage has happened, but the damage hasn't gone outside to the environment, and the cost which you have to incur to contain those activities or related with those activities, these are called as environmental internal failure cost. When we look at environmental external failure cost, external means that the cost which you have to incur on activities once your contamination, waste or any other thing which has gone into the environment. So the environment, it has already gone out of your vicinity, the damage has already been done. So the cost which you have to incur related with those activities will come under environmental external failure cost. For example, if there is an oil spill which has already been happened and this oil is already out, and the cost which you have to incur for cleaning up the oil spills. Similarly, take another example of let's say that you have had a plant, and then for once this plant is being done, then the soil has been contaminated. So any cost which you incur for clearing up the contaminated soil would be considered as your environmental external failure cost. There are multiple benefits of company using environmental management accounting practices. And one of the benefit is that it enables the company to improve its revenue by selling the products which are more environmentally friendly products and more green products, and which do not cause any harm to the environment, or which has lower disposal cost. Because when you are using environmental management accounting, what you're doing is you're bringing the environmental cost into your decision making, into the product cost, as we have already discussed, and that helps the company to make better decision, bringing out more environmentally friendly products, and hence improving its revenue, because the customers would definitely prefer or are becoming more conscious and are ready to pay a premium for a product which is environmental friendly product. And also, when we discuss the costing part, and we have also discussed that company incurs different cost, and there are different cost categories are there, so that helps the company to be more conscious of the cost which it has to incur towards the environment. And whether it's a capital budgeting decision or it's a general decision, when you are more conscious and when you have better information through environmental management accounting, then definitely it'll help the company to better manage, if not fully or 100% reduce the cost, but better manage the cost. And also, once we have this information available, and we have this information for our internal decision making purposes, that will help us better comply with the regulatory requirements, and also with the legal requirements. And that can add a lot in terms of managing the image of the company, because the company can post itself as an environmental friendly company, producing green product and producing more sustainable products or easily disposable kind of a products. We can also sum up the benefits of environmental management accounting into three different categories. That the practices help the company to better comply with the regulatory, legal, or any environmental policies which has come up. It enables the company to be more eco-efficiency. Eco-efficiency means it can be more, it can have a better use of water resources. It can efficiently use these resources. And thirdly, this environmental management accounting can enable the company to have a better strategic position. So when we say strategic position, we are trying and say that environmental management accounting will enable the company to have a long-term strategic position where it positions itself as a company which is environmentally conscious. It is contributing to the environment, it is bringing up sustainable kind of solutions, so that can help the company to better position itself. Environmental management accounting has several benefits, but let's look at some of the challenges. Though these challenges list is not exhaustive, but we are going to bring out three important areas where a lot of challenges happen. First is that it is very difficult to define what is environmental cost. So there are various costs which are hidden, and it is very difficult to define those costs. Similarly, it is very difficult to identify, and some have the environmental impact which is prolonged. To identifying those kind of impact and bringing into your cost benefit analysis, bringing into your decision making, is a very challenging task. And the third part is, even if we try a level best, it is very difficult to get complete information related with the environment aspects. Please let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.